Good?
You're
We're
good.
live?
Yes.
Okay. Y'all, thank you so much for being on. I'm so sorry we had a little bit of technical difficulty getting started, but we're here now and we are so excited. We've got some new people on our team, so I'm going to introduce myself first. I'm Stacy Collins. I'm a senior gold ambassador, and I've been with Plexus for about 19 months now. And I've got Sue with me too, and she is a gold ambassador, one of my our other team leaders. And we are just pumped about this call tonight. We've got Nici Hinkel on the call. She is our diamond upline. And y'all, she and her husband are both diamonds. So she has been like through the gamut of everything with Plexus. They're both diamonds. She has re-entered under herself. Now she is diamond silver. She is a mom of four. Two of them are twin girls, so she has got her hands full. And she's working the business full time. She's a full-time mommy. So Nici is going to talk to us tonight and give us some of her wisdom that she's gained over the last 3 years of being with the company and being in network marketing. So with that, Nici, I'm going to turn it over to you. We're just thrilled to have you on.
Perfect. I'm so glad to be on with y'all tonight. Like I said, I'm Nici Hinkel, and I am one of your diamond uplines with Plexus, and I'm honored to speak with y'all. So I'm going to start by just kind of telling you my story. Some of you may have heard it, but I'm sure lots of you haven't. So I started Plexus solely for the business. A lot of people will tell you they started for the products and then they fell in love and couldn't help but share. But I was actually one. I was that mom that was the stay-at-home mom that was working 10 different jobs at the same time. I was just trying to do everything I could to make an extra dollar while staying home. So I was a postpartum doula. I was a tutor. I mean, just anything extra I could do to kind of help with our income. I sewed things. I had the big coupon book, all of those things. And so I was just, when I saw Plexus, when it was presented to me, because I was actually with another direct sales marketing company, and I never succeeded at all with it at all. And when Heather Burke showed me the compensation plan with Plexus, I'm a numbers girl, and it made sense. Like, it was amazing. And so I was like, I can do this. So I really, when I first started, I set the goal for myself to make enough money to pay for our groceries, and I thought a date night. And that was like my big Uber dream, was to be able to go on a date, which I know sounds crazy, but we have 4 kids, and we were living paycheck to paycheck, so that's hard. And so it was a once a year anniversary thing, and so that was my big goal. And I thought that goal was a lofty goal. I really did. It seemed, I mean, having been in direct sales before, in order to make that amount of money, I would have been having like 3 or 4 parties a week, So it seemed big. So about month 3, I lost 15 pounds. I felt amazing. So now I believe in the products, and it's not just about making the money. And I had reached that goal already in month 3. And I remember I had lunch with a friend, and I left lunch and I checked my paycheck, and just driving home being so in awe of where this could go. I remember, praying to God and saying, I have totally put my plans for you in a box of where I thought you would take me. I had no idea this could be this big. And so that was kind of the moment for me when I realized this is going to be big. And it has just snowballed since then. It's been an amazing journey for us. And like she said, we're both diamond ambassadors now. That original goal on this paycheck, we surpassed 62 times in a 1-month paycheck. So it's, the sky is really the limit on what you can do with this business. So I just kind of wanted to go over a few things with y'all on what have been some of my secrets to success. Like, how have I made this work, and how have I made this happen? And one of the key things, and for some of you it may seem so basic, but really it's basic. It's easy. You don't have to overcomplicate this. But one of the basic things is you need to see the vision. If you haven't read the compensation plan, I challenge you to go read the full one, not just the chart. Go find the full compensation plan. I can send it to you if you don't have it. And just read it and see how we get paid. If you want to treat this as a business, you need to know how they're paying you and what is the best things you can be doing to make money. And once you read that compensation plan, you're going to see that our compensation plan, it's brilliant because it rewards instantly on those preferred customers. You can see a big paycheck in the very beginning, but in the end, it truly rewards greatly on your team growth, and that is where the bulk of your residual income is going to come from. That's where your major pay is coming, is a team. So you have to have a team to succeed in this business. You don't ever have to have more than $100 in sales. Now, you can make good money with your sales, but they're not necessary. And it's really, really brilliant because it makes it less scary to join. There's not huge quotas. And it's easier to get people to jump on board with you because of that. So seeing the vision in that you don't want to keep your customers if they love the products. We want to turn them into ambassadors. I like to see it as kind of a process, because when I'm deciding what's best for somebody, I'm looking at what's best for that person. When someone comes to me new, talking to me about Plexus, and they're unsure on what to do, I usually suggest being a customer, because that customer has a 60-day guarantee and the ambassador doesn't. So I don't want to sell my friends, something that I don't fully believe in, and I do fully believe in Plexus, but not everything works for everybody, and I want them to trust me. I want to keep that credibility between us. And so if they're unsure at all, I suggest being a preferred customer. I get the bonus, you get a discount, and you get the 60-day guarantee. It's win-win for everybody. We all feel good about that. If they love the products, I make them an ambassador. So it's a process. Customer in, switch you over to a wholesale ambassador. You're just getting the products for even cheaper. It's a better deal for you. You don't need the money back guarantee, and you get that discount. They feel good about it. I feel good about it. We're growing our team. Once they become that wholesale ambassador, you add them to your team page, and we'll slowly infiltrate them, and they see the amazingness that can happen. They see how easy it is to make money, and then they become a full-blown ambassador. And then you shine, rinse, repeat. So it's a process, and once you have to get your people to see this vision. Like, it's more than you. I mean, you don't want to just be paid on your own efforts. I mean, would you rather be paid on what you can do or what 10,000 people can do? Because that's how many people I have on my team now, over 10,000. And trust me, you want to be paid on 10,000 people. So it is seeing the vision initially. And you would be surprised at how many people I see on my team that this is hard. This is hard for them to really see the bigger picture because of fear. They're scared that if they let go of these customers, and this is kind of going into step 2, if they let go of these customers, they're going to lose that preferred bonus that they love, which is great. And so they don't see the full vision because they don't see the ending, and they don't believe they can be diamond because they're terrified of saying that they can. So the next thing you need to do once you see the vision and you train your team to see the vision is you have to embrace failure, and you have to get your team to do the same thing. You cannot be afraid to set big goals. You cannot be afraid to say, I'm going to be a diamond ambassador someday. You have to be able to say that and believe it 100%. I love the term BHAG. It's big, hairy, audacious goal. And when I say BHAG, my initial goal to be able to pay for a date was not a BHAG. That was a safe goal. I want you to dream big. I want you to think of the things that you never thought that you could have. I want you to think of the highest rank. The only rank goal you should have should be diamond. So if it's anything less, it's not a BHAG. So you need to be able to say these things out loud and not be afraid that if you miss it, how it's going to reflect on you. Because I think sometimes that's one of our biggest fears of failure is, what are people going to think if I say that if I'm selling Plexus? There's that initial fear when you join. What are people going to think? That was me big time, because I was the serial network marketer, not just network marketing, everything. I mean, I embroidered and sold things. I cleaned houses. I mean, people knew me as that girl that's constantly trying to make money. And so when I joined Plexus, I knew they would be like, here she goes again. And I had to be okay with that. You have to be okay with putting yourself out there knowing I might fail at this. I probably will fail at this. but you have to fail before you can succeed. Like, no one has succeeded without failing first, and you're not going to get anywhere in that comfort zone. You have to step out. And this can be a really, really tough barrier for some of your team members, because there's usually some deep-rooted issues at why we're afraid of failure, you know, and it really is hard to work past this. So there's some great books out there on it. Daring Greatly by Brene Brown is one of my favorites. But really, really, I really challenge you to start setting goals bigger than you think you can achieve, just so that you might fail at those goals, because it's good. Good stuff happens when we fall down. That's when we learn and we're able to stand up and do it right the next time. So my third hint for success is to do what you're good at. Work on your strengths. I recently asked my team, which do you think is better to do, to focus on your strengths or to work on improving your weaknesses. And it was really interesting for me to see the mixed response, because a lot of people believe it's better for them to work on their weaknesses because, you know, they want to be good in every area. But here's the reality. We can't be good in every area. And that's not a bad thing. Like, there are certain skills that we've all been designed to do. And we want to find what our skill is and embrace that. You want to be excellent at something. You don't want to just be mediocre at everything. And that's what happens if you just start focusing on your weaknesses and not on your strengths. So I really challenge you to find, what is your strength? Are you a great public speaker? Host opportunity meetings. Are you good with relationships? Really work on building those relationships with your team. Are you good with numbers? That's my strength. I'm great at navigating my team because I'm good at analyzing their data. So find what your niche thing is, and you may think, I don't really have anything. I promise you do. And it may take, it's a journey finding it. It can be. But once you find that strength, don't feel like you're not doing enough because you're not doing all the other things that you're not good at. That's okay. Like, 90% of your work should be in what you're good at. And the last little tip I have for succeeding is focus on getting your team to promote, not yourself. So silver is the only rank that is going to be just you. After that, your only focus should be on your team promoting, not on you promoting. So once you hit silver, you need to pour all your efforts into getting those 3 people to silver. Once you hit gold, you need to help get those silvers to gold. And if you do that, if you turn your goals around to helping your team, it's going to be a total game changer for you. I mean, total. I had a year where I was stuck at Sapphire. And not only was I stuck at Sapphire, so Sapphire is the rank that's right below Diamond. So not only was I stuck at Sapphire, right after convention a year and a half ago, so that would have been 2014, I went Sapphire at convention, and 2 months later, I was just 150 points shy of Diamond. I think it was just a few hundred points shy of Diamond. And I just barely missed it. So I knew the next month it was going to happen. And then I went backwards the next month. And it started a snowball process for me going from 4,300 points to just almost losing Sapphire. So I was just right over 3,000 points. So I went backwards well over 1,000 points over about a 6-month period, 6 to 8 month period. And it was terrifying. But my focus that whole time was to get to Diamond. I just wanted to be Diamond. That's all I could think about. Why can't I get to Diamond? I was watching other people pass me to Diamond and being, you know, I was so frustrated. Like, why do they get to be Diamond and I don't get to be Diamond? And it was this, but that's all I could think about. It was me, 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 me. And I don't know when I had the light bulb moment of, I need to get my silvers to gold. You know, that's what I need to do. But when I did, and one of the main things I did is I started that our promotion chat when I started that, and now I do it in several different ways. But that was the month that my husband went Sapphire that month. He had been stuck at Emerald for forever. He went Sapphire that month, and just a few months later, we both went Diamond together. And it completely turned my team around when just a small focus change. And it changes the morale of your team so much. If they know that your focus is on them, your team will grow rapidly. Your morale of your team will grow rapidly. It's win-win for everybody. So this company, I mean, it has changed her life in so many ways. I know that, you know, there's seasons that are tough and there's seasons that, you know, seem just like breeze through the month, and this is a fantastic month. But I really, really challenge you guys to, even in the hard times, like, make a decision right now, draw your line in the sand, and stick with this, because I promise if you just show up, it's going to be so worth your time. And I want to end with my favorite quote, and you may have heard me read this because I almost always do. It's by Theodore Roosevelt. It's The Man in the Arena. And I feel like it applies so much to what we are doing here. And so it goes, it's not the critic who counts. It's not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least he fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat. I promise you guys, if you just show up, if you just stick with this, it will pay off. So make a commitment, show up, and in the end it will be so worthwhile. So thank you guys. And I think there should be an option on your screen if you have questions. If not, you can ask them on the team board, and Stacy and Sue can ask me if anyone has any questions.
Yeah. I wanted to thank you so much, Nici. And again, if anyone has questions after the call too, you can always, you know, reach out to Stacy and I. We can get it to Nici. But I just wanted to say for myself, and Stacy can attest to this, I think it was the week I signed up, I said, I am going to be Diamond. And I remember, I think Stacy thought I was crazy. But, you know, I came into it with that mindset, and I think you just have to, you know, I always say to people, what other job can you come in entry level and in 2 to 4 years be at the top? So yes. Thank you so much.
Yes. Really. That's such a great point, though. Yeah, because you can't just go into another job and say, I am going to be CEO.
Exactly. And this is the one, you know, opportunity that you can do that. And yes. I always say, you know, make the most of it. So
that's great.
Well, thank you so much. And have a good night.
Thank you.
Are there no questions, Nici? No questions are popping up?
They're not. Sometimes they take a few seconds. Let me click over here and see. Make sure. Yeah. Oh, no, there is a chance to ask the question on the screen. So if you're on the screen and you have questions, it says be part of the conversation, and you can just click there. And no, there is a chance to ask the question on the screen. So if you're on, sorry. I'm echoing. That was me. But yeah, if y'all have any questions later, you can feel free to reach out to me too anytime, or the same Sue or Stacy, and they can get to me also. So thank you guys.
Thank you so much, Nici. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your night to do this for us.
Y'all have a good night.
Okay, good night. Thank you.
We'll see you at convention.
Yes.
Bye.